And welcome back into 99.9 The Fan. This is The Drive with Tim Donnelly. Joining us now here at ACC Kickoff in Charlotte, Donovan Ezeiruaku, Boston College defensive end, second team All-ACC a season ago. Donovan, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Now, a little bit of shakeup in your defensive coaching staff this year, going from one defensive coordinator to two defensive coordinators. What are Coach Abdul Rahim and Coach Duggan kind of doing differently now that they've taken over your side of the ball?
Yeah, I wouldn't really say a lot was shaken up because the system hasn't changed.
True.
But I would say it's been a fun mix because there's two different types of coaches. Coaches are very energetic, very all over the place, getting the guys. He will get the guys riled up when he has to. Coach Duggan, kind of a little bit more quiet. Can get loud, can do what he has to do as a coach, obviously. But he's also a very smart guy. They're both very smart coaches. But it's two different personalities, and that's our defensive personality, honestly. So in my opinion, I think it'll work out very well.
Do you feel a little left out? You have a linebackers coach and a defensive backs coach being co-defensive coordinators, and you guys up front are like, what's going on here?
Not at all. Coach Ogabasi, Vince Ogabasi, he's the guy at D-line, so not at all.
We're talking with Donovan Ezeiruaku, Boston College defensive end. Year 4 of Coach Hafley, year 4 kind of with this program you're going into. Do you feel a little bit of added pressure to kind of get a coach's first 7+ win season and take the next step in the program now that he's been here and most of the guys on the team he's chosen?
I wouldn't say it's added pressure. I think pressure's in the mind. We create our own pressure.
All right.
At the same time, we want to go get, those 7+, 8+, 9+ win seasons for Coach Hafley. But it's not just for Coach Hafley. It's obviously for us. We want to be successful as a group, especially this group. I think we're hungry. We're young, but not inexperienced. And we're fiery. So I think, we want to go out there and get those 8+ wins for us, for Coach Hafley. But I definitely wouldn't say it's any pressure.
Now, is that different? Like all those things you just said about the fire and everything, is that different than it's been in the past?
Maybe not so much different. I feel like from what I've seen, and taking this next step in my role, I think it has just been enhanced.
Okay.
There's always been fire the past couple of years that I've been here, but this year we're hungry. We didn't do what we had to do last year. Obviously, we were inexperienced group, a lot of injuries, a lot of adversity. It was very tough on all of us, but we learned from that. So now, we just approach this off season, this summer. We just got to attack.
We're here at ACC Kickoffs in Charlotte. Donovan Ezeiruaku, Boston College defensive end, joining us here on the drive. Individually, 6.5 sacks, 9.5 tackles for a loss. Are you ready for the double teams that are going to be coming your way now that you've put yourself on the map a little bit?
I am. Apparently, they said it was 8.5 sacks.
Okay,
14.5 TFL.
Even more so. I think I got that off your stat page on your home team. So you got to go ahead.
I got to get on.
You got to get on to boost it up. well, even more so. I mean, 8.5 and 14.5. The double teams they follow those types of numbers. So are you ready for that attention?
I'm ready. It's definitely not going to be easy by any means. At the same time, when I get double teamed, I got guys on the other side. Sheeta Salah, my 3 techs, George Rooks, Cam Horsley, my noses, Quan Williams, Owen Stoudemire, Nigel Tate, Edwin Kalenga at end. We got other guys that are going to eat at the same time. So if you double team me, that means 3 other guys have one-on-ones. And that's what we love, because you have to win your one-on-ones. And then when they start winning their one-on-ones, then that double team might come off because they got to double team someone else, and then I'm going to eat. So I think it's a slippery slope, but I think it'll work out.
ACC kickoff going on here. It's hard not to see right when, and as a defensive guy, you're aware of this. When the quarterbacks walk in, there's these little swarms, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of guys in this conference that have proven themselves on that side of the ball. As a defensive player, when you're preparing for seemingly a different, very talented quarterback every week, what's that like?
I love it. Great competition, and I feel like quarterbacks in the ACC, they come with different styles. Last year, Malik Cunningham from Louisville, very, very dual threat. Very efficient running the ball. So you have to attack that in a different type of way. In my opinion, I don't think any of the quarterbacks aren't, immobile. I feel like all of them, can get out and scramble when if need be. You saw that, versus Duke last year. You might think he was a pocket passer, but he wasn't. So I like the mixture of all types of styles, and it's a new challenge. It's a great challenge every single week, and that's what I look forward to.
And then you face more in practice every
Can't touch him though.
every day. Can't touch them. And again, that's a defensive frustration right there. But where does he fit in? What's kind of his style scouting report when it comes to ACC quarterbacks?
Emmett's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy with a very big arm. With the flick of the wrist, the ball's going 75, 80 yards. So I think that's his game right there, and he's very accurate at the same time. But don't get it messed up. He can go scramble and get you that first down on 3rd and long if need be. He had a couple competition reps against some of the defensive end guys this past summer, and he didn't win. He didn't win, but
even if he did, would you admit it?
No.
Okay.
But he was holding his own though. Emmett's got some wheels.
Okay.
6'6" frame. He's got long legs. So
not that many steps. But another one of the big conversations around here, kind of a buzzy topic, is the NIL stuff going on.
Yeah.
As a second team All ACC guy playing a premier position like edge rushing, what has that experience been like for you? How often are you approached and having those conversations?
I was approached more during the off season, during like winter.
Okay.
And around January. But
off season ends for you in July? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. But obviously decided I'm going to be here at Boston College. I talked to Coach Hafley about that whole situation and the message, and I told him, and he was asked me bluntly, Donovan, do you want to be here? I told him yes. I feel like we have a great thing going on here at Boston College. Great coaches can get me to where I want to go, and a great education. So the whole deal, it was it's good. It's a blessing. Love the fact that guys can have monetary gain off of their name, image, and likeness. Definitely it helps a lot of guys out nowadays. Definitely been able to capitalize myself. It's been good.
Do you have those conversations with teammates at all where maybe you're like, I don't just want to stay, I want us all to stay? Like, are you re-recruiting kind of guys that are already on campus?
I mean, I wouldn't say we had to have that. We never had that issue where I had to re-recruit a guy because, we've all been bought in. At the same time, I had this conversation with my defensive line guys last week, when we were writing out some goals. And I told them, I said, it's not just going to be me that eats. Obviously, if you all eat, we all can, we all can gain from this. Everybody can get paid. That was a message. So that's kind of just been the message recently. They had never really had to re-recruit anybody.
Donovan Ezeiruaku joining us here. Last one for you, and this comes from one of our other hosts, who's also a self-proclaimed Jersey guy.
Yep.
How do you describe your jersey? Are you New York Jersey, Philly Jersey, Central Jersey? What exit are we talking?
I'm a South Jersey guy.
Okay.
People like to joke and say a Philly Jersey, but I'm South Jersey through and through.
All right, there we go. South Jersey, Donovan Ezeiruaku, also Boston College defensive end. We appreciate you for taking the time.
Thank you.